All right, bang bang. So you can see by the title, it's been please pray for my mom. It's been a long few weeks. Really the end of June. Haven't posted a video for a while, been taking care of, family over everything, and I'm reaching out to you today to let you know what's going on in my life, and also uh, ask for your help. A few weeks ago, end of June, my mom really for the whole month of June is not feeling well. And this whole COVID thing she doesn't really want to go to the doctor. She didn't have a head cold or any of the symptoms of COVID. So we didn't think that was the case, but she was getting weak, fatigued. She started throwing up and had some stomach pain. But finally got her to the doctor at the end of June, and her blood results came back a little. Some stuff was off here and there, but she had some stomach pain. So I took her to get an ultrasound, and then a few days later had to read the results. She has a large mass in her left kidney, about 9 centimeters. So that was a huge shock. A little backstory on my mom is she's a health nut, eats all organic. Come from a middle class family, but health was premium to her, and she has uh, a small business, in-home daycare, taking care of kids. Has done it since she had me. She wanted to stay at home and started doing that. So she's been doing it for 30 years. And health insurance is $1,200 a month. So she decided 5, 6 years ago to get off health insurance because it kept going up a couple $100 every year it seemed. And she's going to be proactive with taking care of her health. Then we get the news she has a large mass in her left kidney. So naturally, I cry, she cries, we all cry, kind of figuring out, okay, well, is it cancerous? What all is it? So then we had to get an MRI. So then I took her to go get an MRI. This is the very end of June, beginning of July, and the very next day, the MRI results come back, and the doctor says you need to you need to come and see us today. So we knew that wasn't going to be good, and the mass came back, and it looks like it's cancerous, and it's growing and being aggressive. So now, get the news: my mom officially has cancer, and I haven't really had a lot of deaths in my family. My grandmother passed away that I was pretty close with, but she was 94, and I haven't really had a lot of tragedy. And I'm always worried about my dad and his health. Never my mom because she's healthy as can be. So it was a really rough road, and my dad's in shock. So I'm taking her to these appointments. My dad is just frozen. It feels like. So we a couple days go by. We're trying to figure out what to do next, and she her stomach is in so much pain. So we're like, all right, this is July 3rd, right before the 4th of July. And we make the decision we have to take her to the hospital because she was in so much pain. So we take her to the hospital, and with COVID, you can't actually have anybody in the hospital with you. But I wasn't going to allow that to happen. My mom was starting kind of like mentally, she was losing it. I'm not really too sure what was going on there. And so I ended up telling like, look, she cannot comprehend anything. I have got to go back with her, and really bullied my way in. So we got back there, and I was there with her for the next day or so. Her calcium levels were really high. I guess the tumor was getting really aggressive, and her made some hormone being produced, which means her calcium levels went up, which meant her brain was fogged, or she really couldn't think straight. And so they're like, well, you have to have surgery, pretty much emergency surgery. And so we're trying to get that scheduled and not have her leave the hospital because she's getting pumped with IVs with a bunch of fluid to try to get the calcium down. And then she has to have a blood transfusion as well. So it's all happening really fast. And then the supervisor at the hospital comes in and says, sir, you have to leave. I'm like, I'm not leaving my mom. We've been in this one room for a day and a half. We got tested, no COVID either way. I haven't left this room. Like, what's the danger? She goes, nope, everybody, you can't, if you're not the patient's not literally dying, you can't be here. So I got kicked out of the hospital. That was a very hard and emotional thing. And then she had surgery on Thursday from this doctor called Dr. Patel. prayed for that doctor, and there was and whenever the day before she had surgery, that one of the doctors called and said a lot of stuff, but it looks like some cancer spread onto this one major vein, vena cava. I can't remember exactly what the vein's called, and it's we're gonna have the surgery and try to get what we can. My wife told me that what he was saying is the surgery. It was a fancy word. I can't remember what he said, but essentially it was just to comfort her and to live out the rest of her time because they didn't think they could get that part of the cancer because the part of the vein it was on. And so that's when I lost it. For that next day, I was in a fog. I was like, my mom is 61, healthy as can be. Like I feel like she's getting robbed of the rest of her life, and she's worked so hard her whole life. Um, so the surgery happened, and he said he was able to scrape off all the cancer, which is really good. And the surgery went as well as expected. He said it was a very hard surgery. She had a lot of cancer in there, but he thinks he got what he would say all of it. I guess with cancer, you never really are, get all of it and are fully cancer free. So she got back last week home, and we got a bill for $182,000. And I was like, holy cow. So I'm working with financial services right now. Looks like the bill, we got it down to 90,000. Do some type of payment plans and see if there's anything else that they can do. And the money aside, like I just want her healthy. I don't care. I don't care about money. And so we got her back home a few days ago. And she's doing a lot better. Pathology report came back, and she has stage 3 cancer. They said she has 5 years to live, but we're not taking that as an answer. We're gonna fight this and figure out what all we can do. There's a few different things that we're in the works of trying to figure out what to do, and we have a couple more doctor's appointments to figure out what the traditional routes, what exactly they would want her to do. But there's one immunotherapy that they think is most likely going to happen. And another problem with that is it's between $10,000 to $20,000 of treatment, and you do it once every 3 to 4 weeks, and so that adds up pretty quick. And coming from a just average middle class family, it's with the hospital bill now this, I'm asking for your prayers if you can do that, put it on your prayer list. I'd appreciate that. And then if you have any extra money to donate, $1, $5, well, anything at all adds up, and it means a lot to me and my family. And I'm not really one to ask for a lot of help or support, but there's these bills are adding up, and I'm trying to figure out what all we can do. So there's a GoFundMe in the description below. If you have it in your, if you're able to donate, I would greatly appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me, my family, my mom, and you can read a little bit more on the GoFundMe about her story, what's been going on. But that pretty much sums it up. I'm just very thankful that I felt like before the surgery, a successful surgery is her getting rid of that pain and bringing down her calcium levels to then live out the rest of her life, or however long that was, but she was going to die, to now they're giving her more time to live, successful surgery, but she still has cancer, and we're still trying to figure out exactly a treatment plan for that. But it looks like the treatment plan is going to be very expensive as well. But once again, money is not the issue. We just need my mom to be healthy. And I appreciate all of your support and help. And we're going to get videos back. It's been a couple weeks, and I couldn't even post anything about it because I was just a complete wreck. I'm finally able to speak and not start crying and everything. So here we are. I appreciate all of your love and support. In the description below is the GoFundMe. If you can help, please do. Share it. Even if you can't, pray, share it with your friends and family. Maybe somebody else can help. And I appreciate all of your support and love. We'll see you soon.